everyone talks about success, yeah? But let's talk about success in correlation to trauma. Let's talk about success versus trauma. There's so much talk on social media about how to be successful, about how to get everything. I also teach it because, well, it's something I actively practice. But I've come to realize there's little to no talk about what trauma does to you when you are on the road to pursuing success, or you're on the road of becoming successful. Yeah, I'm gonna use a very good example that relates to everyone watching me right now. Money. Yeah, money is a beautiful thing, but money is a dangerous thing if you've come from a house that operated with scarcity. Yeah, if you came from a home where there was scarcity, Akia Mungu, you know this thing, scarcity, lack, configured by these stupid statements of there's no money, blah blah blah, nini, we need to budget, nini, you can only get this, nini. If you came from a home where this was the norm, and now you've entered the realm of success and you want to experience wealth, abundance, and basically all these things, you're gonna have to deal with a lot. So much is gonna come up. And you know, the thing that people don't understand is some people are not successful not because they do not want to, or not because they do not do everything that was expected of them to be successful. Some people are not successful because they did not know how. How the hell are you supposed to swim if no one from where you came from understood the concept of swimming? How are you supposed to embody what you've never seen? You know, no one talks about this. Where everyone is out here, chosen ones, shenanigans. But no one talks about the fact that it's hard to build what you were never around. So this is for my people. This is genuinely for my people who grew up with around struggling households, and basically they've had to deal with trauma their whole life. This post is dedicated to you because, girl, boy, your bitch has been through it. So let's get into it. Let's just get into it. I'm here to be your online whatever. Yeah. First, we have to understand what the trauma is. We have to understand this thing we call trauma. What is it? Because you can't solve what you cannot vocalize. You have to be able to name your demons in order to cast them out. Just like in the Bible, Jesus had to call those demons out by mouth. Yeah. So you have to you need to be able to name them demons to cast them out. Yeah. So this is you. Once again, this post is coming from my heart because where? I love you people so much. Look at me getting all emotional. Somebody give me $1 bill to flap this tears away. This is you. And there's something called the nervous system. If you've watched me for some time now, you know what, you already have some idea around this concept, yeah? The nervous system. So understand that as you grew up, there was things, there was patterns, there was patterns, there was tendencies, and there was basically levels of operation that you were exposed to. This post is so personal, my guy. You are exposed to certain patterns, tendencies, and levels of operation, most likely by your guardians or your significant father or mother figure or guardian, yeah? Or guardian, yes. And understand that these things, whether you know it or not, they actually embedded themselves in your nervous system, yeah? They embedded themselves in your nervous system. That is why right now, as you're trying to basically chase the bag, yeah? You know, everyone is chasing the bag. For some reason, this bag feels like it's running away from you. It's literally, you're coming, it's going. You're coming, it's going. It's because your nervous system has not harmonized with this concept of wealth. Like I said, it's difficult to build what you are not exposed to. So give yourself grace on this journey. You are going to feel like shit. And that's okay. Yeah? These things. So your nervous system set points. Let me write them down here. Your nervous system set points are basically the vessel, yeah? And all things that you want for yourself. The money, whatever. the relationship, you get, the abundance, everything that you want for yourself has an energetic aspect to it. Give it a figure. It's like your goal has a 98 and your set point can only go up to 62. I talked about this in the previous video. Yeah. So now that you are trying to build all this success, oh my goodness. Now that you're trying to build this success, what happens first of all is you might think that on the outside you are doing something good. Let me move closer. You might think that on the outside you are doing something good, but you are actually hurting yourself because, like I said, you are building something you've never seen. And to us as human beings, if it is not familiar, it is perceived as danger. Write that down. If it is not familiar, it is perceived as danger. And in this case, this is what happens. So you find this success, whatever. If this is not something you grew up seeing in your house, if this was not normalized, you will struggle. You will fight. You will fight. I'm not here talking about generational curses and spirits. I beg, go somewhere else with that shenanigans. Spare me that BS. I'm talking about it from a physiological point of view. If it is not familiar, it will be perceived as danger. Yeah. So how to know if this trauma is actually manifesting? First of all, this trauma manifests as anxiety. Yeah, it manifests. Let me see if it's wait. I want to make sure I've written properly. It manifests as anxiety. It manifests as stress. It manifests as body tension. You are literally fighting within your own body to do the most basic of things. And also it manifests as in form of like your self-esteem and how you carry yourself. Now here's the funny part. For those people who grew up in households where there was lack, scarcity, blah, 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 you find that this becomes your norm at a very young age. This anxiety, stress, body tension, because you'd see your parents, you'd see the auctioneers coming, you'd see the landlord coming to ask for rent, you'd see things happening, and it's like, let me confirm if the mic is on. You'd see things happening in real time and you're like, oh my goodness. So you're only 10, 12, but you already understand the concept of debt. You are 15, 16, but you already understand you're already aware of the fact that your parents have no money for rent. You're going to sleep outside. There's no money for food. So that becomes your norm. And when you come out into the real world and now you're chasing the bag, in the present moment as you are getting this money success, these concepts, these things, these patterns, tendencies, and levels of operation are not apparent. Yeah? You don't even feel them. If anything to you, you feel like you're good. You feel like, you know what, life is good. I have the money I have. I'm building what I'm basically that person. Until it manifests as anxiety, stress, potential, and other. And other. Yeah? And other. So listen to me as I tell you this. Your body doesn't hate you. You see this vessel, this beautiful vessel? He or she doesn't hate you. They're simply trying to keep you safe. But at the same time, what your body perceives as safety might not be what your soul perceives as achievement. So what you want for yourself on a soul level might not be what your body can accommodate on the physical plane at a physiological level. Yeah? So it's about working around your trauma. Like I said, it manifests as anxiety, stress, body tension, self-esteem, because now you are building what you've never seen in your family. This is where the anxiety, whatever comes in. This is where the doubt comes in. And let me tell you a fun fact. Where we are at it. Sweet girl of mine, now we're making up for all lost time. Sweet girl of mine, now we're making up for all lost time. I've never understood my singing. I think I shift from, you know what? Folded. So can you come pick up your clothes? I have them folded. Leave me at the door. Meet me at the door. Anyway, fun fact. These things people call generational curses are actually just frequencies passed on. The altars you go to the church to break. It's frequencies. So understand one thing. if your family's frequency, collective consciousness frequency, has been at a certain point, and you now exist and you want to break that barrier, let me tell you, you will die. You will die. I'm not even joking. Do you know why? Because if your parents, let's go back to the patterns, if your parents grew up around lack, scarcity, worry, then they raise you around lack, scarcity, worry. Apart from the physical impact it has, these shenanigans also affect you. It also affects your frequency. It literally affects your frequency. So you find that even as you're trying to operate and chase the bar, for some reason you can't break that barrier. Why? Because it's more than just a game of the physical. It's an energetic war. The things you like to call spiritual warfare, you think it's demons. No, baby, your demons live within you. As within, so without. That is it. So you have to understand that at this point, in order to basically cater to the success, regardless of the trauma that you grew up in, first of all, you're going to have to work on 3 major aspects of yourself. I covered this in a previous video, but let me do it again for the newbies. You're going to have to cover 3 major aspects of yourself. The physiological, in short, the body. The psychological, in short, the mind. And the spiritual, in short, the soul. Or in this case, the heart. Physiological, psychological, spiritual. Because it's a wholesome game. You can't win one above the other. Let me give you a brief outline of how you're gonna do it. Because where success versus trauma. When it comes to success versus trauma, trauma will always win. Until you're able to face it, believe you me, trauma will always win. So in this case, for you to ensure that trauma doesn't win, on the physiological side of things, like I said, working with your body, you are gonna have to, this is personal work, your homework, you're gonna have to go find body work, somatic exercises that establish somatic safety. Because like I said, one of the major informants that your trauma is coming up, especially as you're succeeding in life, is body tension. Some people like to mask it as, I'm just stressed. No, there's good stress. There's the kind of stress that sparks your brain to run and to think. But the kind of stress that I'm talking about is the debilitating kind of stress. The body tension where you can actually feel it and it manifests as like joint pains, neck pains, but you just like you're okay. You even if you go to the hospital, they'll tell you you're okay. But for some reason you feel like, hey, no, something is not adding up. It is because this body tension is your body telling you, so and so, I am not safe in this situation. I am not safe in money. I did not see money. Why are you putting me in front of so much money? You are scaring me. That is what your body is trying to tell you. This is a personal post. That is what your body is trying to tell you. Body tension. So when it comes to working with the physiological side of yourself, establish somatic safety. That means, first of all, you cannot avoid situations that will stress you out, but you can determine how you are going to handle that stressful situation or how it's going to affect you. This is where you work with being safe in stillness, okay? Anytime you feel like your body is tense, because typically when your body is tense, there's this impact around. Do things. What you need to do is stand, stop. If you grew in a household with all this shit, best believe that stillness was not an option. Sitting down the couch and watching TV was not an option. Sleeping was not an option. Resting, eating, no, you are either eating to go wash dishes or washing dishes to go cook and eat and go. There was always something to do in a house like that. And it is your personal responsibility to say, you know what, it's about telling my body that I am safe. So you are going to stand still. Establish somatic safety for yourself. Check out EFT tapping. EFT tapping, basically, I know you've heard a lot about it, but like I said, nervous system set points. These are it's like the points on your body where certain emotions manifest. But when it comes to EFT tapping, it's about tapping on specific points on your body where there's so-called like nerve meetings or like nerve endings, where if you tap just gently enough, if you tap it, like it's a sequence, if you tap those areas, you are releasing certain, like you're just releasing tension from your body, like it's nerve ending. So I remember I used to do EFT tapping a while back. It was It was here, so you tap here. Then you tap, it was yeah, on the temples. Then like right here inside your eyes, like, you get it, like here. And you tap right above below your nose, right below your mouth, and on your collarbone. Yeah, here. I don't know if men have collarbones, but yeah, you tap there. And basically under the top of your head to finish. So you find that when you do all these things in a sequence, it's going to relieve some certain tension from your body. You're going to feel like, you know what, I'm good. Apart from that, check out other things. It could be to listening to music or just sitting. Do whatever it is, you know, it's going to relieve stress from your body. And I'm not talking about binge eating or substance use. I'm talking about intentional body relief. Healthy practices, not binge eating, binge watching, not doom scrolling. Yeah? Okay. When it comes to working with the psychological aspect of yourself, which is the mind, you are going to have to understand this. You are not a subject to your thoughts. You can subject your thoughts. Did you hear me clearly? You're not a subject to your thoughts. You can subject your thoughts. In this case, when it comes to working with the psychological aspect of yourself, it's about understanding that your thoughts are not you. You are the awareness that perceives them. It's like how you can look at something. You are not that thing just because you're looking at it, but you are the awareness that is perceiving that thing. So that thing is your thoughts, and you are the awareness that is seeing that thing. So understand that you can stand separate of your thoughts. Just because they are in your head doesn't mean they are your own. Like I said, frequency. Understand that you did not just adopt nervous system, you did not just adopt nervous system, whatever, from your parents. You literally adopted thoughts, mindset, habits. You adopted everything when you adopted that frequency. So some of the thoughts, if not most, that run through your head at certain times, they are not yours. They are your parents, they are your families, they are of the people you grew up around with, yeah? So it comes to your mind, controlled inner monologue, inner dialogue, yes. Like, stand back and ask yourself, I am observing this thought. Is it serving me? No. If it's giving you stress, put it aside. I am seeing this thought. Does it serve me? Yes, it does. Okay, fine. Let's continue with it. And also when it comes to your mind, what you feed yourself manifests. What you do in private manifests publicly. So train yourself to consume as a creator, not as a passive consumer. As you're reading books, as you're watching movies, as you watch, entertain yourself. It's good. I'm not here to give you I'm not here to tell you that voodoo shit of, oh, don't watch Netflix, cut off coffee. Nah, bruh. Who does that kind of nonsense? That is shenanigans, if I'm being honest. But what I'm saying is, learn to have a balance. Don't just read books. Read what you know is going to help you grow. Don't just do things that you know are going to help you grow. And finally, the spiritual side of things. This is where matters of the heart. The Bible says, guard your heart, for all matters of life arise from it. What it means is, your heart is where emotions come from. And emotions affect what? Frequency. So when it comes to the spiritual side of things, your soul and your heart work together. Yeah, your soul is your higher self. Your heart is your physical vessel that pumps blood, but at the same time, it's like the spiritual part that literally harnesses, basically helps you to feel on a deeper level. That is why we say we don't know things by mind, we know things by heart, because emotion will always override logic. So when it comes to working on this side of yourself, you need to be very aware of your emotions. I'm not talking about not feeling angry. I'm recording this post and I'm very angry. I'm not here to lie. I'm pissed and I feel like killing someone. But it's about notice that emotion. Ask yourself, where is it coming from? Because every emotion is an indication of something. You're angry because a boundary has been crossed. Something is happening that does not align with what you want for yourself, or you do not feel content. Sad because maybe someone wronged you. Your heart, something happened that has basically has an effect on you. You're happy because things are going well. So every emotion is equally important. Happiness and anger are the same. They just vary in level of frequency. They just vary, but none is better than the other. Yeah? None is better than the other. So you'll need to learn to be aware of your emotions and to basically learn to work with them. Sit with your emotions, sit in the discomfort of self-introspection, and learn to ask yourself questions. Learn to basically look for what could be the issue. Yeah? That way you establish a body, mind, soul balance. Yeah, a body, mind, soul balance. And that is what it's gonna be part of the workshop, the masterclass that I'm gonna be having on the 28th of November 2025. It's gonna be on Friday. I'll have the registration form linked in the description box. If you're seeing this later than that, I'm sorry, but let me know in the comments if you guys are gonna want another one. But basically that is it. So when it comes to success versus trauma, baby, understand that it's not your fault you're going through certain things. It's not your fault you feel stuck. Yeah, it's not your fault you're procrastinating. Sometimes it's just that the things that we deal with are beyond what we've known, are beyond what we can comprehend, are basically beyond what we understand. And it is okay to accept that, you know what, I did not grow up in the best environment. I was not shown the best. I can get that for myself, but that means breaking barriers. That means challenging what I've known. And like I told you, if it's not familiar, it's going to be perceived as danger. Anytime, any day, any hour. Okay? So yeah, success versus trauma. I hope you learned something. This was a personal post even for me, and I genuinely hope that it's impacted you in a positive way. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.